Listen carefully. There is only one type of paint that always sells out every December. If you produce it correctly, you will never have unsold bucket this festive season. Every December, thousands of paint producers complain that buyers price them down. Their paint is not moving or customers keep choosing competitors. But the truth is simple. You are producing the wrong paint for the harmattan weather and the festive rush. People repaint their houses in December for one reason: freshness. They want bright walls, quick drying, and a clean finishing without spending certain paint money. You understand? So premium emulsion paint gives them exactly that finishes. Harmattan helps emulsion dry faster. If you're not aware, it hides wall imperfection, and families prefer emulsion paint because it is affordable for whole house repainting. So demand skyrockets every December. And like I said, emulsion paint are affordable, easy to paint, and it's a must use. In fact, it is the sold out bucket in repainting. There is nobody that wants to repaint their house, even if they're going to use matte paint, satin paint, or graffitous paint, or marble throw paint. Emulsion paint, it's always the more bucket usage. You understand? So they tended to use emulsion paint more than any other paint. And this emulsion paint is the fast selling paint in every festive season and this December harmattan season. Here is the mistake most producers make. They overload their calcium carbonate, their fillers, they reduce binder, and add too much titanium dioxide. That paint will crack in harmattan. Guaranteed. I have to be honest with you. See, when you want to cut costs, my fellow paint manufacturers, please cut costs the right way. Know the right chemical to reduce, the right chemical to increase, and the right chemical to balance your formulation. Because this harmattan season, things tended to dry faster. And if your paint dries faster and in few days it cracks, you know that customer is never going to use your product again. And most of the times, customers don't even complain. They don't have time to tell you how your product works. They move over to the next one that grabs their attention. If you want your December emotion to sell out, your formula must focus on coverage, bonding, and smoothness. You understand? And of course, you increase your binder to 15 to 30%, your calcium carbonate 50 to 60%, and your correct titanium ratio should be moderate. Of course, remember to add Texanol for flame strength and antifungal for harmattan. Did I just tell you the secret of the chemical to include? Perfect. So now you know how to produce an amazing harmattan emulsion paint. Include these chemicals in your formulation and thank me later. This formula is the differences between making just 50,000 naira this December and doing over 500,000 from repainting customers' homes alone. You see, people don't buy paint. People buy results. So if your emotion paint performs well, customers become your marketer. That is to say, your job or your paint markets itself for you. And of course, a happy customer is a repeated customer, and a happy customer refers your product to other amazing customer. So this harmattan season, you need to produce a unique emotion harmattan paint to suit the perfect weather. And also, this paint can also be used in every other season. You understand? But it works amazing in harmattan season. So remember that emotion paint is the same worldwide. Yes, the reason I'm saying this is because few weeks back, I had someone that came into my DM and said, Coach Glina, I'm confused. I hear antifungal, I hear emotion repellent, I hear mosquito emotion paint, I hear weather sheet paint, and I laughed. But I was able to clarify the meaning of emotion paint and the reasons why these other emotion paint have different name. You understand? So emotion paint is produced the same worldwide. The only differences are the chemistry, and the production process that is used to achieve a more durable premium emotion paint. We have different types of emotion paint. We have weather sheet emotion paint. We have matte emotion paint. We have vanillin emotion paint. We have mosquito repellent emotion paint. We have glow in the dark emotion paint. We also have satin acrylic washable emotion paint for some persons that want a washable emotion paint that cannot afford to buy satin paint. Of course, you can get that in emotion paint, and it is not matte paint. Because remember what I said, the chemicals determines the type or grade of paint you want to achieve. That is why I'm saying a lot of paint manufacturer out there make a huge mistake by reducing chemical the wrong way because they want to have a contractor low grade paint to make profit. But I tell you, if you're reducing the chemical, learn which chemical you need to reduce, which you need to increase, and the one you need to balance. If not, in this festive season, especially this harmattan, your paint is going to crack. Not only emotion paint, your screening paint will crack because this weather dries fast. So you need to be very careful to avoid chasing that customer that is going to be your repeated customer and is going to sell your brand more. You understand? So if you want to master December paint production from premium emulsion to satin, primer, and fast selling colors, then I advise you to join our paint entrepreneur group. Inside, we give full formula, troubleshooting, and one-on-one guidance. So click the link in the description to join us before the festive rush begins. Until next class, bye for now.